for this video, I would like to tell you one of the teaching strategy that can be used to teach listening skill. So you might wonder why listening skill is so important to be taught to the students. Can you guess? So listening skill is so important because in fact, listening skill is the most frequently used skills in language that we use in our daily life, such as when we are trying to communicate in a school, in a workplace, or generally in a society. But wait. Hey, are you still with me? Come on, wake up. And now we are already in a different set, and now I would like to tell you the strategy that I'm going to use to teach students in listening skill. So the strategy is called listening through story. So what does the student must do in this strategy? So they have to listen to a certain story, which after that they have to get the gist out of the story and try to retell the story in front of the class. But somehow I find this really relevant to the cooperative learning. And meanwhile, in the cooperative learning, there is also another strategy called jigsaw. So that I want to combine two of those strategies into one complete teaching lesson. Let's go to the step of this strategy. Firstly, the students have to make a group consisting of 3 students. Secondly, they have to go to their expert group in order to find the story that they need to be listened of. And once they are already in an expert group, the teacher will give the story to this one student, and that student must retell to their friend or read it so that other can listen to. I think there's something missing about my explanation. Oh yeah, the jigsaw. Okay, so jigsaw, if you already remember when I said expert group, that is one part of the jigsaw strategy when the student have to go to their expert group in order to get the material that they need to learn or listen in this case. And this strategy is suitable for the 10th grade student. And because this material is in the form of a story, so it automatically be called as the narrative text that they need to be learned about. Okay, so I would go to my story and yeah, just 1 second. What? It's locked. Oh God. Am I going to for too long? Never mind.
Returning into my boarding house, and now I would like to give you the tools that I will be used during this jigsaw session. These are 3 stories that the jigsaw group will be presenting, or let's say that one of the student will be tell to the other student. The teacher will hand the story that I present to you earlier into the student who is in charge to tell the other student in the expert group. So the teacher will just lay back while the student who is in charge to give the story doing their work. And after that, once they are finished delivering the story into the other student, now the teacher will dismiss the um, expert group and told the student to go back into the original group, where the student, after they are arrived in the original group, must retell the story that they are already listened about during the jigsaw session. And the final step about this strategy will end up where the teacher will tell the student to go, one of the group I mean, to go in front of the class and trying to tell the story that they are already heard, but not the story that they are heard in the expert group, but the story that they already heard from the members of their original group. And That's all the step that I already given to you. So do you think it was easy? It's not. It's all up to you. Okay, now we will discuss about the strength and weaknesses in using listening through story strategy. So we're going to the strength. So the strength of using this strategy is that it will improve vocabulary of the student and increase their imaginative ability to uh, get the gist out of the story by telling it with their own personal way, which is lead to the second strength, which is gain confidence, because they are allowed to share their ideas to the others. It will increase their responsibility within their learning. And the last strength is that it will motivate and gives pleasure to the student who is following this course. Now we're going to the weaknesses of using listening through story strategy. The first weakness is that the teacher will get a hard time in preparing this strategy. It is because it is difficult to find the story that is interesting to the student and can accommodate their character. And the second one is not all students like story. Just in general, if someone is talking about story, they just like losing their motivation. And the third one is not all likes the story that is given, or generally they just don't follow the story because they are having a difficulty in understanding the gist of the story, which leads to the third weakness, that is boredom. It is increasing boredom because of that factor that I mentioned before. Here you go, the video that is explaining about listening through story strategy. I hope you find this video useful and you will not have any difficulty to find a strategy that is suitable to teach listening skill to the students. And that's all that I can say in this video, and we'll see you in the next video. So my name is Arya Wira and I'm signing out.